माला सुधा कुंभ विबोध मुद्रा विद्याविराजत्करवारिजाता अपार कारुण्य सुधाम्बुराशिं श्री शारदाम्बां प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यं शङ्कारूपेण वर्चित्तं पङ्कीकृतमबोध्यया किङ्करीयस्य सामाया शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये प्रह्लादवरदो देवो यो नृसिंहः परो हरिः नृसिंहोपासकं नित्यं तं नृसिंहगुरुं भजे श्री सच्चिदानंद शिवाभिनव्य नृसिंह भारत्य पितान् यतीन्द्रान् विद्यानितीन् मंत्रनितीन् सदात्मनिष्ठान् भजे मानव शंभुरूपान् सदात्मज्ञान निरतं विषयेभ्यः परान्मुखं नौमि शास्त्रेषु निष्णातं चन्द्रशेखर भारतीं विवेकिनं महाप्रज्ञं धैर्योदारक्षमानिधिं सदाभिनवपूर्वं तं विद्यातीर्थगुरुं भजे अज्ञानां जाह्नवीतीर्थं विद्यातीर्थं विवेकिनां सर्वेषां शुकतं तीर्थं भारतीतीर्थमाश्रये विद्याविनयसम्पन्नं वीतरागं विवेकिनं वन्दे वेदान्ततत्त्वज्ञं विदुशेखर भारती. Offer this talk at the lotus feet of ज्येष्ठ महासन्निधानम जगद्गुरु श्रीमद अभिनव विद्यातीर्थ महास्वामिகள், महासन्निधानम जगद्गुरु श्री श्री भारती तीर्थ महास्वामिகள், and सन्निधानम जगद्गुरु श्री श्री विदुशेखर भारती महास्वामिகள். Dear Sishyas, blessed with one more opportunity to speak on the eve of the 73rd Vardhanti of our Kulaguru, Shri Shri Mahasannidhanam Jagadguru Shri Shri Bharati Tirtha Mahaswamigal. It's a assuring moment for a Sishya to speak a few words on this auspicious occasion. This talk will have a few subdivisions, as it would like to focus on the unique, rare divinity attached to the holy place called Sringeri, and the effulgence of transcendental wisdom, bliss and knowledge which it dispenses through Mata Sharada, Lord Mahanikareshwara and the Guru Parampara. This talk essentially is to induce all young listeners who had so far not watched the video released by our Advaita Research Center during the Kumbhabhishekam, recent Kumbhabhishekam of Malakanikareshwara, and also the Anugraha Bhashanam of Shri Shri Sannidhanam delivered that evening at Sringeri on 12th February 2023. Those who have not watched these two videos, it's a humble prayer that please watch it. And those who had watched it, we request you all to watch it a few more times, as if these anugrahams and the bhashanams gets ingrained into our lifestyle, this is going to do immense good and give us enormous happiness and peace. And therefore, this talk is more to induce young minds to watch these two videos. You all go to Sringeri quite often, or whenever we are blessed to go there. But we must understand how blessed we are in associating ourselves to the holy place called Sringeri. these two videos bring you that important message. Sringeri has been a place of tapas. Not tapas of a recent origin, not a tapas of a few hundred years, not a tapas of a few thousand years. It's a tapas which transcends three yugas: the Treta Yuga, the Dwapara Yuga, and the Kali Yuga. This holy location has always been a place for Maharishis to perform tapas. History records that Vibhandaka Maharishi, whose divine father was Kashyapa Maharishi, and Vibhanda Maharishi's son Rishyashinga Maharishi, both of them, the divine father and the divine son, had performed long, enduring, intense tapas in this place. What is the effect of this tapas, which was done in Treta Yuga? Sannidhanam in his Anugraha Bhashanam says, which is captured in that ARC video, when Bhagavad-pada Shankara decided to establish a Peetham, the first amongst the four Amnaya Peethams in Sringeri, what attracted him to do it was, which all of us know, the sight of the cobra raising its hood and protecting a pregnant frog from a scorching heat. All of us know the story. But Shri Sannidhanam gives a new dimension to the story, which is important and needs to be conveyed to all of you. Shri Sannidhanam says, this is so unnatural. Adversaries staying or living together or staying close by. It's unnatural. But how did it happen? It says, this can happen only in a holy place which has been impregnated for sustained periods of time through intense tapas of Maharishis and Mahapurushas. Otherwise it will not happen. Therefore, when we step into Sringeri next time, we should bear this aspect in our mind. We are getting into a holy land which is filled with tapas of yugas, and it generates radiation where adversaries can live together. So, Bhagavad-pada Shankara's sight of this made him to decide that the first of the four Peethams should be established in this holy place filled with tapas. What sort of a tapas Maharishis and Mahapurushas have done here? We must know that. Sannidhanam says in his Anugraha Bhashanam, Vibhandaka Maharishi engaged himself during the Treta Yuga into an intense tapas of chanting the holy Shiva Panchakshari for 300 long years without interruption. It's a tapas of 3 centuries without interruption. Filled with joy and happiness, Parameshwara appeared before Vibhandaka Maharishi in the form of a Shivalinga. which is the holy Shivalinga, which we all offer our worship, Lord Malahanikareshwara. When Bhimantaka Maharishi had the divine sight of Lord Shiva in this Linga Rupa, Maharishi made a fervent prayer to Parameshwara that the Lord should stay in that hill and reside forever. And therefore, Parameshwara stays as Malahanikareshwara for the last 3 yugas. That place, which our Sri Sri Mahasannidhanam has recently named it. The hillock is now named as Ishwaragiri. Every Shishya and devotee should now address that hill as Ishwaragiri, because that's the divine name given to us by our Acharya. So this Ishwaragiri has this unique divine celestial form of Bhagavan Parameshwara in Linga Rupa, the last 3 yugas, and who have all offered prayers and worship to the Shivalinga. Vipantaka Maharishi, Rishyashinga Maharishi, Adi Shankara, Jagadguru Sureshwaracharya Mahaswamigal, Jagadguru Vidyaranya Mahaswamigal, the 24th Acharya Jagadguru Srimad Abhinava Nrsimha Bharati Swamigal, our 25th Acharya Jagadguru Srimad Satchidananda Bharati Mahaswamigal, our 33rd Acharya, through intense tapas, and the entire Guru Parampara of Sringeri. The references to these acharyas are made here only to say that during their period they have done some substantial improvements to the temple. Otherwise, the entire Guru Parampara has always been worshipping Lord Malahanikareshwara for the last 1250 years. So, the tapas which arose 3 yugas continues to hold its reigns even today in this holy shrine and in this holy place called Sringeri. And therefore, Bhagavad Shankara decided to establish the first of the 4 Amnavya Mats at Sringeri. And even today, we are speaking on the eve of the 73rd Vardhanti of our Mahasannidhanam. Even today, what is our Acharya doing? Every time Sri Sannidhanam in his Anugraha Bhashanam says, our Mahasannidhanam, our Guru, is engaged in intense tapas. What is that protects Sringeri? What is that preserves the enduring posterity? What is that allows the Avichinna Guru Parampara to continue without any break? Is the tapas which commenced in this place 3 yugas, and the tapas which continues even today in 2023 at Sringeri. Selfless tapas for universal good. No expectations, no advertisements, no propaganda. Therefore, it is this tapas. Sringeri is nothing but a place of tapasvis, a place of Mahapurushas, a place of Maharishis, a place of Jivan Muktas. And 1250 years of this Avichinna Guru Parampara has brought to this world, shown to this world at every point of time how Jivan Muktas can emerge even in Kali Yuga. Therefore, when we step into Sringeri, it's not a tourist center. It's not simply visiting a temple shrine or a Guru Darshanam. It's a place filled with intense tapas. Young minds should bear this aspect in mind. Now coming to Malahanikareshwara. 300 years of tapas has now, Parameshwara has blessed himself to emerge and bless us in the form of linga. And both the Maharishis, Vibhandaka Maharishi and Rishyasringa Maharishi, have offered very sincere, dedicated and faithful prayers to Malahanikareshwara, which made Vibhandaka Maharishi finally to allow his soul to identify and merge into the linga. Even today, the divine soul of Vibhandaka Maharishi, which got merged into the linga, is standing majestically to give us whatever we pray for. And therefore, Shri Sannidhanam in the Anugraha Bhashanam says, what is the meaning of Malahanikareshwara? One who has a holy dip in the Tunga and offers prayers to the Lord will be cleansed of all the papas and sins instantaneously. Sheer divine sight and worship is good. And says, one who serves the cause of this Ishvara with the divine blessings of the Acharyas will migrate into the path of salvation and slowly progress towards emancipation. This is the divine power of this Shivalinga, which continues to bless all of us through the divine grace and blessings of our Acharyas. So, serving the cause of this Linga Rupa will take us into the path of transcendental wisdom. Is the divine assurance given to us by Shri Sannidhanam through his Anugraha Bhashanam. This linga is associated with two avatars. That's the magnificence of Lord Malahanikareshwara. The avatar of Bhagavan Sri Rama, and also the avatar of Adi Shankara associated in establishing the first Amnayapita. Both these avatars are very relevant whenever we refer to Malahanikareshwara. Because when Vasishtha guided Dasharatha to perform the Putra Kameshti Yagam, Kulaguru Vasishtha made it very, very clear that the only person competent to do in this whole universe is Rishyasringa Maharishi and nobody else. And Rishyasringa Maharishi, the divine son of Vibhandaka Maharishi, is one who has offered prayers to Lord Malahanikareshwara through intense tapas. And similarly, when Bhagavad Shankara established this Amnayapitam, Bhagavad Shankara offered prayers and worship for Lord Malahanikareshwara and established a set of practices which is followed even today after 1250 years by our Acharyas. Therefore, this is an auspicious linga associated with two avatars. The 24th Acharya, this again, all of us know that Jagadguru Abhinava Nrsimha Bharati Mahaswamigal, when he took a turmeric and started to draw the divine form of Mahaganapati on a pillar, Mahaganapati protruded out and came as a form, divine form, to bless the Acharya. This is a story we all know. But Shri Sannidhanam gives a new perspective to it in this Anugraha Bhashan. By comparing this avatara which came from the pillar should be compared with the avatara of Bhagavan Narasimha, Lord Narasimha, who came out of the pillar at the beck and call and the request and prayer of Prahlada Bhakti, and says, the Bhakti of Prahlada brought Narasimha out of the pillar, and the Bhakti of our 24th Acharya brought Mahaganapati in Astambha Ganapati, which we worship even today. When it comes to the 25th Acharya, Jagadguru Satchidananda Bharati Mahaswamigal, at least people from Tamil Nadu, we carry a unique pride when we refer to the 25th Acharya, because he is the only Acharya in this Guru Parampara who hails from Tamil Nadu, from a place called Kunnavaram Kotai, which is just less than 10 kilometers from our mother's village, Melmangalam. Therefore, even today they celebrate 2 occasions in a year, and our Pathshala students go and perform the pujas there. Therefore, this Acharya, the 25th Acharya, installed the Bhavani Ammal and consecrated Mata Bhavani. And our 33rd Acharya, Jagadguru Shri Satchidananda Shiva Abhinava Nrsimha Bharati Mahaswamigal, had authored enormous poems, slokas and texts, and initiated the Girija Kalyana Mahotsavam, which happens during Vaikasha Shukla Dwadasi every year. In fact, the ARC video captures that also. It's such a divine sight to watch. So, the 33rd Acharya initiated the process of doing Girija Kalyanam to Paramashivan, Mahaparameshwara and Bhavani Mata. And the fact that intense tapas continues even today, 2 instances need to be cited which will associate the thought process directly with Lord Balahanikareshwara. One is our Jivan Muktar, Jeshta Mahasannidhanam, Jagadguru Srimad Abhinava Vidyatirtha Mahaswamigal, who engaged himself in intense penance between 1931 and 35 before attaining the state of Jivan Mukta on 12th December 1935. He sat in a place and engaged in meditation from where he could see Balahanikareshwara temple. So, Bhagavan Balahanikareshwara aids devotees, Sishyas and Mahapurushas in engaging in intense tapas. Jeshta Mahasannidhanam is a live example. And today, even in 2023, our Sri Sri Mahasannidhanam is a live example as Acharya is engaged deeply in intense tapas. It is for this Lord, our Mahasannidhanam performed a Kumbhabhishekam on 12th February 2023, prior to Shivaratri. And this Kumbhabhishekam was performed after almost 38 years. The earlier one was performed by Jeshta Mahasannidhanam twice, in 1962 and and in 1985, after which it gets performed. It got performed in this year. And Sri Sannidhanam in his Anugraha Bhashanam cites one beautiful example, how history repeats, as how tapas keeps repeating, Acharya after Acharya, Mahapurusha after Mahapurusha, Maharishi after Maharishi. How history repeats. And cites a beautiful story. When Sri Sannidhanam went and obtained divine permission from Sri Mahasannidhanam to visit Malahanikareshwara on all pradoshams. And when Sri Mahasannidhanam blessed Acharya to go and have Divya Darshanam on pradosham days, when Sri Sannidhanam returned after offering worship on a pradosham day one evening, Sri Mahasannidhanam showed him a book which records an incident 140 years back, when our 33rd Acharya, Jagat Guru, Srimad Satchidananda Shiva Abhinasama Bharati Mahaswamigal, had sought the divine permission from his Guru, Jagat Guru, Srimad Vriddhi Narasimha Mahabharati Swamigal, the 33rd Acharya, seeking a similar permission to go and visit Malahanikareshwara during Pradosham. Says, look here. So history keeps repeating in the Peetham. Now, it is for this Malahanikareshwara, our Sannidhanam in his Anugraha Bhashanam on the evening of 12th, only for the sake of all of us, has given a prescription as to how to or offer our prayers to Bhagavan Malahanikareshwara sitting at home. Because all of us, all the time, it may not be possible for us to be in Sringeri. We are not that fortunate and blessed as it. So, Acharya says, you may be anywhere, but let me give you a prescription. And describes the Mahatmyam, both in the ARC video and also here, the Mahatmyam of, we talked about Sringeri Mahatmyam, we talked about the Mahatmyam of Malahanikareshwara. Acharya also refers in that ARC video, the Mahatmyam of Tunga, Mata Tunga, which all of us know. Acharya has said this a few times even earlier, that Mata Tunga emerged through Mahavishnu in the avataram of Varaha, through the two tusks of Mahavishnu in the form of Varaha avatar. Because it is the same divine sweat of Mahavishnu which flew through the tusk as Tunga and Bhadra. And therefore, Sri Sannidhanam has always emphatically said, Tunga is Bhadra, Bhadra is Tunga. So, reference to Tunga would mean Bhadra. When we say Tunga Bhadra, it's Tunga and Bhadra together, because it's the same divine body of Mahavishnu, the same divine sweat flowing through two tusks from the same Varaha. So, this is Tungabhadra Mahatmyam, found in the Brahmanda Purana. Like that, Acharya has now taken an essential divine piece of what the Vayu Bhagavan says in Shiva Purana. The chanting, the prayer and the offerings of 8 divine names of Shiva, Namashtakam. Acharya has prescribed this to all the Sishyas to say, chant these divine 8 names. He has said how to chant, how to say everything in that Anugraha Bhashanam. Therefore, young minds, please watch it. Hear it directly. These are all transmissions. So, bound to have losses. So, this is only to induce you to take you to watch you that video. original video and listen it and take the Anugraham directly. It says, what are those 8 namas? Shivaya. Shiva means auspiciousness, Mangal. The chant of the name Shiva will vibrate auspiciousness around us. It will radiate a nice feeling around us. And therefore, chant the name of Shiva, the first of the 8. The second is Maheshwara. Why is he called Maheshwara? Acharya describes, because he is the Lord of Maya. He is the one who has control over Maya, and he is the one who can give moksha, and he is the Mula Prakriti. Shiva as the Mula Prakriti, worship him as Maheshwara. Rudra. Acharya says, Rudraya means one who drives out dukkham, pain, sorrow from us. So chant the name Rudra. Vishnu. Vishnu means Sarvavyapi, the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, all-pervading, ever-pervading. In fact, Vedanta gives us wonderful simile for us to understand. A pot is made out of mud. It is the mud which takes the form and shape of pot. And you will find the mud as all-pervading over the pot. Can you show a place, pinpoint a place that in this place you don't find mud even though you find a pot? Take the case of gold. When it transforms into a bangle or a necklace or a ring, is it possible for us to say an atom of that ring does not contain particles of gold? It's not possible. Because Brahman, God, whatever you wish to call, is all pervading this universe. And therefore it pervades the universe, it pervades each one of us, the jivas. It encompasses everything. Advaita is a philosophy which does not distinguish God to be separate from the universe and God to be separate from the human beings. It's all pervading. As mud takes the shape of the pot, and having taken the shape of the pot, you can't say we don't find particles of mud in any one other places. God exists everywhere. And therefore Vedanta teaches us the technique that, see, all of us know it is cotton which becomes thread. Yarn becomes thread, then becomes fabric becomes cloth. But all of us understand that a piece of cloth is nothing but formation of threads. Doesn't mean we have to shredder that cloth to see the thread. As you see the cloth, as you can identify that these are made of pieces of thread, Vedanta teaches you. You don't have to deny this universe to yourself. You don't have to be distinct from this universe. You don't have to dissolve, which powers none of us have. You can exist in the universe as anybody else exists. But know the difference that it is God who has shaped himself in this form of this universe. It is God which has shaped himself in the form of this human being. Have that in mind is what Vedanta seeks to teach us. So, Vishnu is Sarvavyapi. The fifth name is Pitamaha. Normally, Pitamaha would mean grandfather. But here, he is the divine father of all the fathers in the world. Because Ishvara does not have a divine father. He is the originator. He begins. Therefore, Ishvara, Pitamaha is the ultimate divine father. In this context is what Acharya explains. Then the sixth one is Samsara Vaidya. Vaidya we know, panacea. Shiva is the panacea of all evils that arise out of samsara or bondage. And Acharya says, start worshipping Shiva, you will first reach the stage of bhakti. Continue to worship Shiva, you will transform, your bhakti will transform into mukti through the guidance of a guru. So, Samsara Vaidya, Sarvajna, seventh name. Omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Nothing exists without him. He alone exists and nothing else. And finally, eighth name is Paramatma, pure bliss. Nothing but supreme, unhindered bliss. Shishi Sanidhanam says, all the Sishyas should chant this Namashtakam of Lord Parameshwara every day, wherever we may be, meditating on Lord Malhanikareshwara. Now he says, how do you do it? Two simple steps you start taking. Sit in a place. Bring Lord Malhanikareshwara first into your mind and make the Lord sit in your mind. Wait for that to happen. If you mechanically chant, that will also give phala. But do it this way. Sit in a place. Think of Lord Malhanikareshwara. Bring Lord Malhanikareshwara into your mind. Allow the Lord to sit in your mind. And then start chanting these 8 names. Every day, once a day. Make this as a Manasika Puja. From wherever we are. By doing this, we stay connected first with Lord Malhanikareshwara. And therefore we get connected with Sringeri. And therefore we stay connected with Mata, Bhagavad Shankara, Acharya, everybody. So the whole place. So, whoever is denied the opportunity to frequently be in Sringeri, I think this is an alternative medicine which all of us can take. And follow the prescriptions as what Acharya has guided us. Imagine Malhanikareshwara. Bring the Lord into your mind and chant these 8 names and offer a puja through your mind. By doing it, one will find pleasures and pains are handled in a neutral state slowly by each one of us. It will relieve us in the long run. It will relieve us from the pain of being very, very desirous. Acharya says, there are 2 things which need to be got over, and this prayer will get a human being out of it. Desires which lead to pain, and death which leads to fear. These are the 2 inevitable potholes we are caught into. The desire and the fear of death. The pain which arises out of desire and the fear which arises out of death. And says, till that moment, any individual who is desirous Any individual who wants to perform a karma, some activity, desire coupled with activity, desire coupled with action, then such a person, take it, has to be still soaked in the bondage of samsara, and pleasures and pain will therefore follow suit. So the remedy now lies in reversing the process. And how do you reverse the process? By doing these Namashtakam as a prayer. We need to conclude this talk with two important information and requests. And we'll focus now on that. On the eve of the 73rd Vardhanti Mahotsavam of our Mahasannidhanam, Jagadguru Shri Shri Bharati Tirtha Mahaswamigal. All of us would have seen a video a week ago where an important Utsavam happened at Rameshwaram. In fact, I had an opportunity to write about it, and I now realize that I made a mistake in referring to the term new linga in that article, which needs correction, and therefore it's my duty to clarify that here, blessed by the guidance of Acharya. When it comes to Rameshwaram, it's our Kshetram. When Bhagavad-pada Shankara established 4 mats, he established also 4 Kshetram, for each mat to have 1 Kshetram. The Divya Kshetram for Sringeri is Rameshwaram. Everyone accepts it. There is no dispute on this. Nobody disputes this claim. Absolutely. Every text records this. Now, for time immemorial, from the days of Adi Shankara and through every Acharyas who are nothing but Adi Shankara of that era, there has been a Spatikalinga Puja handed over by Bhagavan Shri Adi Shankara in the Rupas, and prayers being offered every day in the morning. So, to ensure that this prayer does not get interrupted, our Mahasannidhanam had the Shivalinga which Shri Shri Mahasannidhanam had been praying was conveyed and offered into the Sanctum Sanctorum Shrine of Rameshwaram. To continue this uninterrupted practice of offering Spatikalinga Puja at Rameshwaram early in the morning every day. And this happened on a particular auspicious day. And it's divine blessing of Shri Sannidhanam that this auspicious day now is being celebrated year on year. And therefore there is a request to all the Sishyas who hail from the southern districts of Tamil Nadu. Make it a point. This will be informed well in advance from next year. All of you can plan a proper trip. And the rituals will also be very elaborate. In fact, many Sishyas, after watching this video, have expressed a desire that from next year onwards we should make this as a Maharudram. We should make a Chandi Paranam. So many people are coming with so many requests to the organizers. That's what we understand. So the organizers, whoever is doing it, will plan it properly and inform you well in advance. But it's our duty, whoever hails from the southern districts of Tamil Nadu, we should make this as a very important auspicious event of the Mat in our Kshetram, Rameshwaram, year on year. This is a sankalpa which Sishyas from the southern districts of Tamil Nadu should take and be part of this divine proceedings. We should make this as a very important event an annual event of the Sringeri mud in our PunyaKshetram, Rameshwaram, year on year. Now the second request which we thought we should make to all of you is this. Last year, during Chaturmasyam, one of the committed villages of the mud, this village has been associated with the mud for the last 400 years, at least record shows so, maybe even earlier to that. So, a group of youngsters, this generation earning youngsters formed a group. And whatever little they could, it's not the quantum of contribution, it's the mind which is associated with this offering during Chaturmasyam, which matters the most. They all gathered together and formed a small team and went to Sringeri and offered a Guru Samarpanam during Chaturmasyam to Sri Sannidhanam. This happened during Chaturmasyam. Sometime around December, when 3 elders of that village, 2 of them had already, they have reached Sadabhishekam state. They've got Sadabhishekam performed, and one is likely to get it done. So very old people, 3 couples were in Sringeri who hailed from the village. When the regular darshanam got completed, Sri Sannidhanam made them wait. He said, please wait. So they all waited. And he instructed the Sippandi to go and fetch a particular paper. So he went and came back and said, that's not there. Sannidhanam said, no, I have kept it there. It has to be there, go and take it. He brings it the next time. And Sannidhanam showed that paper to the 3 elders to convey, I am so happy that the younger generation, the earning members, the present earning members, the present generation, youngsters together have come forward and made a Samarpanam during Chaturmasyam to our Guru. I am so happy. My blessings are there for all the youngsters of the village. And being elder citizens of the village, you will feel very happy if I convey this, and therefore I am conveying this to you. This was the benevolence, the karunyam, the kindness shown by Sri Sannidhanam to those elders. So, a very fervent appeal is made to all the youngsters who listen to this talk. See, what can happen in one village amongst a few youngsters can happen in every village associated with this mud. And every youngster who is known to you, see, what the villagers did was, they did not confine it themselves only to those villages. People who were friends who are known to them, they made a request. They also contributed. They may not originate from that village, but they may be friends known to the people associated with the village or born in that village. And they all gathered. So it's youngsters, a complete youngster group. All of them should be less than 30. Both boys and girls together. So, it's a request to young minds. Please consider forming a group. What can we do for this Vardhanti? There must be some divine commitment from our end. The divine commitment from our end this year can be, it's a request to all the youngsters. Please join as one team from your place. Please reach out to as many youngsters as you may know as friends, relatives, known circles, contacts, social contacts, clients, youngsters, this generation earning members. Make a neat, don't insist on too much of a contribution. Acharya doesn't look for that. Acharya looks for your mind. Your mind to associate to the Peter, not for the money. Whatever is destined will always reach Sharda Mata. It has always happened. This miracle has happened and will happen and will always happen. And we are nobody there. So it is immaterial who contributes. It is equally immaterial how much one contributes. But what is materialist? Is your mind aligned towards this cause during Chaturmasya, which is going to please our gurus? And therefore, a very humble request is made to young minds. Ensure this message reaches as many people as is possible, and may it expand into a mighty army of youngsters, earning youngsters, next generation youngsters, who are going to be the future of this mutt, the future Sishyas of this mutt. May them start offering from their mind whatever they feel is appropriate at the lotus feet of Acharyas from this year's Chaturmasya. And if you can expand it to Vardhanti, that's all your choice. Start from Chaturmasya, because that is indispensable. Guru Darshanam and Guru Kanike during Chaturmasyam is a paramparyam, the tradition which we have been following for years, for centuries. It's a time immemorial practice, Sanatana. And therefore, let's do that first. And whatever you can build over it, on it, and a superstructure over it, it's going to only make people happy and make Acharya happy and keep blessing you all. So, this is one commitment. Let all youngsters who watch this video kindly take it, kindly inform others, kindly spread this, and make this as a teamwork, not as an individual work. Because what was appreciated is the team effort. They all came together in one lot. So, be together, stay together, and do the Guru Darshanam. And preferably, for whomever it is possible, when you collect all this, go in person in large numbers. As youngsters, go and do the Darshanam and say, we have all come from our village as youngsters and we want to offer this. Take the blessings of the elders, but go forward and do it yourself. And this is going to make Acharyas very, very happy. So blessed, and I thank Sringeri Guru Bandhava channel for this one more wonderful opportunity to speak on the eve of the 73rd Vardhanti of our Acharya, Jagat Guru Shri Shri Bharati Tirtha Mahaswamihal, our Mahasannidhanam, who is now engaged one and only in intense tapas. He now looks like a rose ball. Sheer sight of Mahasannidhanam is enough for us. We don't have to pray anything. Sheer sight. If we are blessed with the sight of our Acharya Shri Shri Mahasannidhanam, that should be enough for us. It will take care of everything. Don't limit yourself by offering a prayer and asking for something. Don't limit. Don't apply constraints. Just worship Shri Shri Mahasannidhanam whenever you get the divine opportunity. Because you are fortunate to be associated in this Guru Parampara. We are able to see a tapasvi before us. Pure, crystal clear, selfless tapasvi. Just imagine. Can you ever find a tapasvi of this nature anywhere? And coming generation after generation, lineage after lineage, as a Guru Parampara. Imagine how fortunate each one of us are. So, let's offer our humble pranams and sashtanga namaskarams to Shri Shri Mahasannidhanam on this Vardhanti, and let us try to imbibe the guidance given by Shri Shri Sannidhanam on the Namashtakam of Lord Malhanikareshwara, and worship him sitting at home, bringing him to our heart and offering these 8 names as a Manasika Puja and derive benefit. And let us be associated, have the holy dip in Ganga, and then have a holy darshan of Malhanikareshwara so that our sins are absolved. Serve the cause in whichever way you can, so that you can tread the path of emancipation and salvation. Because we have gurus who can guide us, gurus who are Jivan Muktas, who can make every one of us the Jivan Mukta. We don't attempt, and therefore we fail. So, in these concluding words, I thank Sringeri Guru Pandava channel one more time for this wonderful opportunity. Offer this talk at the lotus feet of Jyeshta Mahasannidhanam and Sannidhanam. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam.